is most of us want to attain khushu'. So Allah said that, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. True success and a true winning of a true believer is when you attain khushu' in the salah. How do you attain khushu'? When some of the scholars were asked, how do you attain khushu'? He says, when you say Allahu Akbar, you mean it. Let me take you through the adhan quickly. You hear the adhan all the time, at least 5 times a day. You know what? You have it on your watch, you have it on your iPhone, you have it on your laptop. No matter what, you will hear the words, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. While you're hearing the words Allahu Akbar, meaning though this is Allah the greatest, but literally, linguistically, it means Allah is greater. Greater than what, akhi? Greater than your job, greater than your boss, greater than your wealth, greater than your health, greater than your spouse, greater than your children, greater than yourself, greater than your own whims and desires. But some of us, what do we do, akhi? Let's be honest. We're watching that cricket game, right? Because our country's playing. It's FIFA time. It's World Cup. You go, but you hear the words Allahu Akbar, ya akhi. Manana, just a bit, ya akhi. You know, and then the shaitan will remind you of hadith, لا أصل له. Hadith, حب الوطن من الدين. What hadith is that, dude? لا أصل له, باطل. This hadith is موضوع. It's fabricated. Is that you loving the country from the deen? Yeah, you know, you're not saying don't love the country. Don't get me wrong, this thing, you can edit this part. You understand, akhi, what it means, right? And some of us will do what? Oh, it's a Bollywood movie, man. Boy loves girl, and girl loves boy, and the villain is the father doesn't want him to get married, so what they do, they elope, they run. And now you're involved. You're cheering for them. Run, girl, run, elope. It's so romantic. This is love. But you heard the word Allahu Akbar. You know what that means? The scholars say, بِلِسَانِ الْحَالِ. With your actions and your behaviors, you're saying Allah is not Akbar. No. That movie is Akbar. That game I'm watching is Akbar. It's greater than Allah. It's more important to me than Allah. That's what you're doing. Can you imagine? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeats it. Not just twice, like everything else in the adhan, it repeats it 4 times. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You get it? You can say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Then after this, he reminds you, what? Is Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. How could you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah? There is no deity deserving to be worshipped except Allah, and you're worshipping somebody else at this time. You're worshipping the dollar, you're worshipping the boss, you're worshipping the movie, you're worshipping whatever it is. Could it be possible? You haven't got it yet? He's reminding you, Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. I am from Ummah Muhammad. I live in Sunnah and I say that I'm from Ummah Muhammad. Is it possible? You didn't get it yet? No capiche? No habla inglés? He talked to you straight now. Hayya ala salah. Come bluntly. Hayya ala salah. No, I'm looking for more success. No, hayya ala falah. This is the success you're after. Again, reminding you, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. This is just the adhan. So that man, when he says, if you want to attain khushu', you say Allahu Akbar. When you say Allahu Akbar, you mean it. You mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is greater than all. This world stays outside with your shoes. You took your shoes off, that's where the world stays. Beneath the bottom of your shoe, that's where it belongs. Don't bring it here. You're in the masjid now. In sanctuary. And he says, when you say Allahu Akbar, as if you see the Kaaba. We're not saying you're Ahlul Khutwa, because I heard some of the brothers. We're saying as if you see the Kaaba. You concentrate there. And as you're reciting, remember when you said Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen? I want you to think about that just blessing of the eyesight that you were given. Can you imagine if you lived without it? Why are you saying Alhamdulillah? For what, ya akhi? Do you ponder and reflect about what you say? Okay, here's what most of us pray, or some of us. Let's say again, seconds to you. How do you pray when you're alone? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We call that what? Allahu Akbar. You're out of there, right? Listen, to go things to do, people to see, man. I'm busy, dude. I have no time for this. Okay? Think. Well, now you're praying here in the masjid. When you're all alone, you pray in American Express. Or even at home. And then you hear a sound. A door opens. Somebody's listening to you now. You change all of a sudden from Alhamdulillah, well, how do you pray? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And at home you pray Qul Wallahu Ahad, Allahu Samad, right away, right? But in the masjid, how do you pray? Al-Baqarah, it has to be from, that can't be small, it has to be big. I know, man. Then people behind you go, how do you attain the khushu'? And now it gets to your head, your palms up, wow, you're the best. You're like Abu Bakr. Inside the masjid, Abu Bakr, outside the masjid, like Abu Jahl. Subhanallah. So now it gets to your head, your brain is working, and now you get it. Then you look back and you tell them, and I'm fasting too. That's not the khushu' we're looking at, akhi. So he says, when you pray, when you say Allahu Akbar, you say that. When you recite as you speak into Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the scholars say. If you want to listen to Allah, read the Quran. If you want to speak to Allah, pray.